Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful Monday and start to your week. And what better way to start off your Monday with a brand new Groundhog update with more features and more things to use to figure out how people are interacting with your website and just improve general reliability and improve your Groundhog experience. So with this update, the main focus is page tracking and tracking site activity from visitors. Over the last few years, we have resisted the temptation to add a significant level of page tracking to Groundhog simply because there are much better tools for it, like Google Analytics with like Monster Insights or something like that, or like Clicky or Hotjar. There's just a ton of site analytic tools which do a really good job. But there's also a few tools in Groundhog which rely on page tracking, like the page visited benchmark or the lead scoring, or you just may want to be able to pull a list of contacts that visited a certain page at a specific time. Up until now, that hasn't been possible, mostly because we were concerned with the size or the level of database storage it would require to save what is not necessarily the most useful information and is only useful in very limited cases. But I digress. I think we came up with a compromise solution to not only add page tracking and the ability to build reporting upon page tracking and have a really reliable page tracking system, but also level that against the database considerations and the size considerations. So I'm going to walk you through how we've implemented it and how you can use it to your advantage. And also for those of you with really large lists that may not even want to use this feature, how you can sort of just disable it outright and be able to continue sending a lot of email without much worry in the way of database size. So without further ado, let's just jump in and I'll just show you how it works. And you can have some fun with it and try it out for yourself. So here I am on sort of like my bare bones WordPress website with Groundhog installed. I just got a few posts on here. I'm not logged in. I currently don't have any tracking cookie enabled, so the Groundhog tracking cookie is not set. As far as we are aware, I am visiting this site for the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to visit a few pages here. Visit the Hello World post. I have a form here that I can look at. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. I can go to a couple new posts. I can visit the uncategorized page, visit all of these things. I'm going to go back to my Hello World post. So I've visited a few pages now, and none of that information has yet been actually saved to Groundhog. But what is happening is our tracking script, which is just embedded on the front end of the website at all times, is remembering through a cookie for session storage, essentially. It's remembering all of the pages that I have visited and at what times I actually visited them. So all of that information is currently stored in a cookie. Now, when I opt in to a form, either through Groundhog or through any of our form integrations or through WooCommerce or basically any way that I get into the website that happens on the website itself, that information will then be transferred to the actual Groundhog CRM and saved so that we as administrators can go in and look at it. But until that happens, we are not saving any of this information to the database, because if you get like 5,000 monthly unique visitors visiting on average 20 pages on your website, that can eat up your database storage relatively fast. So we are only tracking page visits and saving those for real contact records or people that actually sign up to your website. So let's do that. Let's go sign up. We'll just put in some information here. Submit that. And we're going to view the thank you page, and that's going to be tracked too. We're going to be able to see that in the CRM as well. And speaking of, let's log into our CRM so we can actually see what's going on. So let's go to our contacts, and we want to find that contact record that we just signed up, and here it is. You're going to see a new info box on the right-hand side where it says page visits. We have a date here, September 20th, 2021. And then we can actually see the pages that we visited in the order that we visited them. So we have the homepage at 107. We have Hello World at 109. We've also visited the category page at 1:09 p.m. And then finally, the thank you page at 1:11 p.m. So the order of which we actually viewed all of those pages is saved here and shown in order. So if someone signs up and you want to see, did they go to the features page? Did they go to the pricing page? Did they view any blog posts first? You can now find that out. So leading up to some sort of purchase action or opt-in action. So that's fun. Now, some of you at this point may be thinking, oh my God, well, I have, literally like hundreds of thousands of contacts, and I know some of you do. And this level of information is not really necessary to me, and it's going to eat up a whole bunch of data space. I don't want it. And totally get that. We thought of that. So for those of you with large lists where this information is not essential to you, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the settings page, and you're going to go to the MISC section, the miscellaneous area, and there is a page tracking section. Now, what I would recommend that you do is we have basically a cron job, which you don't have to set up through cronjob.org or anything, because that's already taken care of. Just go ahead and enable this option to automatically delete old page visit logs, because frankly, page visit information or site activity information from a year ago is not going to be make it or break it for your business, and it's just not going to be useful in any way, shape, or form. So what you can do is you can enable this, and basically on a rolling increment, delete old logs. So you can set this all the way down to 1 to delete daily logs daily, because they're not important. And then that's a great way to handle that. Or if it is important to you and you're just a small sales group, you don't have a massive list, and you want to see everything about the contacts visit your website, you can go ahead and leave this unchecked, and then all page visit logs for all time will be saved, and nothing will ever be deleted. When upgrading to 2.5.4, which is the newest version that includes this will automatically be enabled and set to 30. So just be aware of that. So for anyone upgrading this, because this is new information, and because there are people out there with fairly large lists, these two settings will automatically be enabled and set to 30. So just keep that in mind. So if you do want to keep it for all time, you're going to have to go to the settings, and you're going to have to uncheck that box. Okay. So how else can we use this page visit information? Well, going back to the contacts area, let's say you want to find everyone who visited a specific blog post, and you want to email them, and you want to tell them what they thought of it, or you want to ask them what you thought of it, or you have a product related to it and you want to sell it to them. Tons of reasons why you might want to do that. So what you can do is you can come to the filter contacts area, add a filter, and then under activity, there is now a page visited filter. Because again, we're saving all of this information to the database. We have a completely separate table for page visits. So it's going to be super fast to query. So speed or concerns about speed as a result of adding this feature, I just want to address that. There should be no speed implications. We are saving all this information to a completely separate table that is only queried when it's absolutely necessary and relevant, like when using this page visited filter. Let's go ahead and open that up. And I want to see everyone who visited my Hello World post in the last, let's say, 7 days. Click the check mark, and it's going to show me that 4 contacts visited that, and one of them should be the contact that I just signed up. There it is, Groundhogg 101. So you can use it that way to filter contacts by seeing exactly where they go on your website. And what you can also do is this information is also going to be used to for the lead scoring, the lead score rules, the page visit lead score rules. This is going to start using that instead of whatever the custom situation is in the lead score plugin. It will also be used for the page visited benchmark in the advanced features plugin. So if you're experiencing any reliability issues with those at the moment, which hopefully you aren't, but if you are because of some caching or whatever's going on in the back end of your website, this should be a pretty foolproof way to resolve that. And you're going to see a lot increased reliability as far as page tracking is concerned. And that's pretty much it. I think that wraps up this new page tracking feature. It is now available in 2.5.4. Go ahead, have fun with it. And if this is a massive help, let us know in the comments. If you have any questions about the system, let us know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to add any additional information that you might need. again, thanks for spending the last 10 minutes with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.